Good evening, everyone. Here with another quick recap of this weekend's races down at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. First road course race of the year. First road course had a lot of storylines going into it and some history made. We had Shane Van Gisbergen going for his sixth road course win in a row. In my preview, I had mentioned him and Connor Zilic going at it. That never really materialized. Ginsbergen wound up finishing second in the race. So the streak Jeff Gordon has of 6 consecutive road wins is still intact. As good as Shane Van Gisbergen is on the road courses, I don't know for how long that'll stay intact, but we'll have to just watch that one as we go. As far as the race itself, it was really, really exciting, intense. A little bit of strategy played into it. Wasn't a lot of caution laps, which is good. As I've mentioned, road courses are not my favorite track for NASCAR to run on, but they do serve a purpose to kind of spread out and give different drivers show off their skills. But we'll take a quick little run through of the results from the weekend. Same old. Same story, different track. Tyler Reddick pulls off the win 3 in a row. That's the first driver in the net history of NASCAR to win the first 3 races to start the season. There's been numerous people pull a three-peat, just not the first 3 races. And when you factor in that it's now Daytona, Atlanta as a super speedway drafting type track, and the road course, that's pretty impressive from Tyler Reddick. Top 10 went Tyler Reddick, as I mentioned, Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell, last year's winner of this race. Ty Gibbs had a really strong run. I was really shocked by how impressive he looked. Was 4th. Michael McDowell came in 5th. Kyle Larson, 6th. Chase Elliott, 7th. Ryan Blaney, 8th. AJ Allmendinger, 9th. And Denny Hamlin, 10th. A nice bounce back for Denny Hamlin after his start to the season. Ryan Blaney finished 8th. Led a few laps, was up front most of the time. William Byron had a pretty good show of it, which he's pretty good on the road courses too. So all in all, it was a good race. Like I said, anytime you can win 3 in a row, it's impressive. But to do it at the first 3 is pretty crazy. Looking at your point standings, as you can imagine, Tyler Reddick is leading the points. He has 186 points. Bubba Wallace is second, his teammate, at 116 points. Third is Chase Elliott with 114. Ryan Blaney is 4th with 100. Shane Van Gisbergen has 90 and 5th. 6th is Joey Logano with 90. Then you go Daniel Suarez in 7th with 87. AJ Allmendinger 8th with 86. Michael McDowell is in 9th with 83 points. Carson Hocevar is 10th with 82 points. Chris Buescher has 81 points in 11th. Brad Keselowski has 78 points in 12th. William Byron is 13th with 76. Zane Smith, really shocking to see him that high, is 14 with 75. 15 is Kyle Larson with 73, last year's Cup Series champion. And 16 is Ryan Preece with 68 points. So if the season were to end today, that would be the 16 drivers that would make up the chase for the championship. And it would be Tyler Reddick at the top, and then Ryan Preece would start off 100 points behind him. That's how the breakdown's going to be. So there's still some big names that would be out of the playoffs. Ty Gibbs, I mentioned, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe. There's some pretty big names still down the list that would be just out of the playoffs. So still a long way to go. That's 3 races out of the 26 in the regular season. So we got a ways for things to kind of shake out. Excuse me. We will be going out west for the West Coast version of the beginning to the season. We're going to go out to Phoenix this week. Going to have the O'Reilly Auto Parts and the Cup Series out there. And then sandwiched in between that will be the Indy cars are going to be racing. So it's going to be a really interesting. Actually, you'll have the ARCA Menard series out there too. So you're going to have four different series. And I was listening today to one of the crew chiefs, and he was talking about the rubber, different types of rubber, and the ARCA Menard series run General tires. The Cup and O'Reilly series run Goodyear, and then IndyCar runs Firestone. So there's going to be different types of rubber, and he said, yeah, it's going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference for the whole race because the cars pick up and, rubber gets blown off, but it's going to definitely, he said, it's going to affect you a little bit. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. We'll get a little more into that later on when we do our big preview for the 3 series. So really impressive to see. Like I said, Tyler Reddick was really shocked with that. Of course, that team is owned by Michael Jordan, who's no stranger to 3-peats. So we're going to see what leads from here. Reddick's decent at Phoenix. He's not the best, but, momentum's big. So we're going to see if he wins 4 in a row to start the season. It's going to be even. I mean, every win from here on out at the beginning, if he keeps this streak going, is going to be just craziness. So, tune in. We're going to go racing Sunday. You can tune in and watch it. It's a pretty neat little track. Yeah, they fan out pretty wide there. We'll get into that again some more, talking about the width of the racetrack and the way they cut and dog legs and do all these things. So other than that, hope everybody has a good weekend or a good week night, I guess. It's not the weekend yet. So we will catch up later on this week with more. Have a good evening.